After the National Basketball Association celebrated the league's 75th anniversary, another year goes by. More legends from the early times of the NBA will be gone but never forgotten. The league started all the way back in the 46-47 season, a couple all-time greats, even the first three players to win the MVP award starting in the mid to late 50s, still alive and going strong after 2021. Life is precious. 365 total days in the year outside the NBA. Tons of well-known figures who's passed away late 2021. How's it going, guys? My name's Wilson. Here are the former NBA players who passed away in the year 2021. Paul Westphal passed away the second day of January, age 70 in Scottsdale, Arizona. The former five-time NBA All-Star, one of the most underrated players for his time, former Suns two-guard, part of the 76 Finals team, averaged over 20 a game for 5 seasons, made 4 All-NBA teams, 3 first teams in 77, 79, and 80, won a title his second season, 1974 with Boston, a key contributor, overcame injuries, winning Comeback Player of the Year in 1983. After his playing days, became an assistant coach for the Suns, the official head coach of Phoenix his first season, made it to the finals, having superstar Charles Barkley, good players Kevin Johnson, Dan Marley, and Danny Ainge, contended in each of his years as head coach, but let go during the 95-96 season, coached at college at Pepperdine. His last NBA coaching stint with the Sacramento Kings from 2009 to 2012, then became an assistant with the Nets under Lionel Hollins till 2016. Westphal made it to the Hall of Fame as a player in 2019. Suns have his number 44 jersey retired. Westphal diagnosed with brain cancer August 2020, one of the most important key figures to the Suns franchise. Elgin Baylor, one of the all-time greats, the former 11-time superstar, passed away March 22nd, aged 86, one of the true pioneers of the game, way ahead of his time, had the flair, athleticism, and moves before the greatness of Dr. J and Michael Jordan. Baylor was considered one of a kind, the greatest player in the game to have never won an MVP or an NBA title. One of the most remarkable stories, Baylor was called to active duty during the 61-62 season. Stationed in Fort Lewis, Washington, could only play for the Lakers only on a weekend pass, played 48 games, averaged an astonishing 38.3 points, 18.5 boards for the season, the only player to drop 60 plus in an NBA Finals game, career averages of 27, 14, and 4, excellent mid-range shooter. His career hampered by knee injuries. After the 69 season, played just 65 more regular season games, retired at the early stages of the 72 season. Baylor made 10 first-team All-NBAs, had his statue built in 2018, became a coach for the New Orleans Jazz in the late 70s, former Clippers VP of Basketball Ops for 22 seasons, passed away from natural causes. Regarded as a top 5 player in the 60s, Baylor's name will forever be cherished in the NBA all-time greats list. William Robert Leonard, known as Bobby Leonard, was called Slick, the 6'3" point guard drafted by the Baltimore Bullets in '54, played 7 seasons in the NBA, posted career averages of 9.9 points, 426 regular season affairs before getting selected, highly remembered as a member of the '53 Indiana Hoosiers title team. Last played in the '63 season, was also the head coach of the ABA's Indiana Pacers, also spent the last 4 years coaching the team in the NBA after the merger, a dozen seasons, 3 ABA titles, most memorable for his signature call as a color commentator. Having coached under 1,100 career games, Leonard was inducted into the Naismith Hall of Fame as a coach in 2014. Regarded as one of the greatest ABA coaches, Leonard passed away in his sleep at age 88. Mark Eaton, the most feared shot blocker in the mid-80s, given his size at 7'4", Big Mark had one of the most unique paths to the NBA. First worked as an auto mechanic, after playing a limited role with UCLA, heavily disappointed with his inability to be effective in college. After seeing Wilt Chamberlain in the pickup game, Wilt encouraged young Mark to focus on protecting the rim, get rebounds, and pass to quicker guards. Went 4th round in the '82 draft. By his second season, was the starting center for Utah, led the league in blocks 4 times. Won 2 Defensive Player of the Year awards, 5 total All-Defensive teams, even had blocks without moving an inch off the ground. Played with young Karl Malone and John Stockton, spent all 11 seasons with Utah. Aside from his rookie year, his Jazz made the postseason every other year. At the time of his retirement, Eaton finished second all-time in total blocks behind just Kareem Jabbar. but still remained the career average leader, rejecting 3.5 block shots a game, had his number 53 jersey retired by the franchise in the 96 season, became an entrepreneur after retirement, an award-winning motivational speaker, a best-selling author. On May 28th, Eaton went on a bike ride, got into an accident near his home in Summit County, found lying on the roadway unconscious, untimely passing. Eaton truly missed, especially in the Utah community. Bob Ferry, the former 6'8" big, played 10 total seasons in the NBA, career 9.1 points a game scorer, played for the Hawks, Pistons, and Bullets. After retiring, became the Bullets GM from 73 to 90. The franchise won one title in 78. Ferry, Executive of the Year 79 and 92, one of the 4 GMs to win at least 700 games, 13 playoff berth, and 1 title. The Washington franchise wouldn't be the same after Ferry left the team. Ferry's son Danny Ferry went on to play 13 seasons in the NBA and won titles as a player and executive. Bob unfortunately had a heart condition and hospitalized 12 days prior to his death at 84. Eric Mobley, the former 18th pick of the 94 draft, played 3 seasons, a 6'11" center, suited up for the Milwaukee Bucks and Vancouver Grizzlies, averaged 4 and 3. After the NBA, also played with the American Basketball Association for the Pittsburgh team, passed away after a battle with cancer. Grant Gondrezick, the 6'5" shooting guard, picked 77 in the 86 draft, 2 seasons in the NBA, suited up for the Suns and Clippers, averaged 5 points, 91 total games, career sadly cut short by cocaine addiction, bounced back, resumed his ball career in minor leagues and in Europe. The man who convinced young Manu Ginobili he could become a future NBA star. Grant passed away January 7 at age 57. Phil Rollins, the 6'2" shooting guard, played just 3 seasons, 4 different teams, averaged 5.1 points, a second-round pick by the Warriors in the 56 draft. The former starting guard on Louisville's 1956 NIT title team raised his family in the Louisville area, coached high school, taught physical education, health, business, math, and economics, served deeply with the Louisville's Alumni Association, passed away February 8, age 87. Granville Waiters, the 6'11" center, drafted 39 by the Blazers' 83 draft, played 249 regular season games, averaged 2.4 points, played with Indy, Houston, and Chicago between 83 to 88. After the NBA, played in the Spanish League, involved in humanitarian efforts in his native home, ran a consulting company in the Columbus community. Waiters passed away March 23rd at age 60. Hawthorne Wingo, the former 6'8" power forward, played 4 seasons with the Knicks from 73 to 76, averaged 4.8 points, 3.5 rebounds, a fan favorite off the bench. Outside for playing for the Knicks, Wingo also played in Italy, Switzerland, and South America. After the Knicks waived him in 76, passed away January 20th in the New York City hospital at 73 after suffering from chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. Jerry Hartness, the 6'2" point guard selected in the 62 draft, played just 5 total games in the NBA, 81 games with the ABA, averaged 5.8 points for the Knicks during the early part of the 63-64 season, part of the 63 Loyola Chicago college title team, devoted a lot of his time as a civil rights activist. Hartness passed away in the hospital August 24th at age 81. Stan McKenzie, the former 6'5" small forward, played college ball at NYU, an 11th-round pick, 7 total NBA season, career averages of 9 points. McKenzie, the spout of the first female bishop of the African Methodist Episcopal Church. After retiring from the NBA, worked in the field of human resources. McKenzie passed away in his sleep after a brief illness, July 21st, age 76. Wayne Radford, a second-round pick from the 78 draft, the 6'3" shooting guard, played a season with the Pacers, 52 total games, averaged 3.9 points before an ankle injury derailed his season. A member of the undefeated 1976 Indiana Hoosiers title team. After his playing days, Radford worked for Coke Incorporated for 38 years, remained actively involved with the Indiana community throughout the years, passed away January 10th unexpectedly from a ruptured aneurysm. Strayler Halleman, the former small forward, picked 14 by the 76ers in 68, 3 total NBA seasons, averages of 6.7 points, 3.4 rebounds before 2 seasons with the ABA, worked as a social worker in the San Antonio area, then became a city bus driver in Portland, Oregon, passed away April 19, age 76. Don coaches. The 6'5" small forward had a 12-year career, 6 different franchises, career numbers of 12.2 points, 5.6 rebounds, played his best years with the San Diego Rockets in 68 and 69, named an All-Star both those seasons, career best 22.5 points, a Marquette legend, 6'5", very explosive. Will Chamberlain once said he was the jumpiest white boy he ever met. The co-founder of Whispering Winds Catholic Camp / Conference Center Inc. passed away November 19 in San Diego, California. Sam Jones, the former 10-time NBA champs, spent 12 seasons all with the Boston Celtics, one of the best shooting guards for his time, had career averages of 17.7 points, 4.9 assists. The 5-time All-Star, made 3 All-NBA second teams from 65 to 67, one of the most clutch scorers the game has seen, a huge part of the Celtics dynasty, the second most title won by any player. A sharpshooter, had one of the best bank shots. Bill Russell gave Jones the highest praise in his book, stating in the 7th game of the championship series, "I'll take Sam over any player who's ever walked in the court." Jones in his Game 7 averaged a staggering 27.1 points, going 9-0 in Game 7s, including 4-0 in Game 7 of the finals, having his number 24 retired in 69 in the 7th game against the Warriors 62 conference finals. Jones drained a series-clinching jumper with 2 seconds on the clock. Jones also drained the game-winning jumper in Game 4 of the 69 finals, giving Boston a 1-point win. The Celtics dynasty, who simply wouldn't win as many titles without Mr. Clutch. Yes, that was also Jones' nickname, not only Jerry West's. In his 5-year playoff peak, Jones was putting up these high numbers, one of the all-time greats that was better in the postseason. Jones also one of the league's 50 greatest players. After retirement, Jones coached college ball, an assistant for a season for the New Orleans Jazz, lived several decades in Silver Spring, Maryland, often served as a substitute teacher in the Montgomery County public school system, lived in St. Augustine, Florida during retirement, passed away from natural causes, age 88, December 30th. Honorable mentions includes Terrence Clark, 19-year-old prospect from the University of Kentucky, tragically killed in a car crash in Los Angeles, April 22nd. The NBA paid tribute honoring his name in the 2021 draft. Longtime NBA reporter Sekou Smith, often seen on NBA TV, January 26, passed away after a battle with COVID-19. Former Rocket scout BJ Johnson tragically lost his life in a bike accident age 65. October 15, former Pistons physician Dr. Benjamin Paolucci, with the franchise for over 40 years, retired in 2015, passed away age 84, April 7.